So I grew up watching people heal by means of other than surgeries and medications and radiations, etc. So I have never gone to the doctor myself and taken an antibiotic in order to heal something. I've never been on a prescription drug of any kind. So it is it's interwoven into my cellular structure. It isn't really just a revelation that I had later in my career. So I've been working with patients and clients for more than 30 years in this realm of self-healing and ultimately awakening to our great power as healers. And that's what I travel the world and teach people how to do. Having to learn how to not try, but to allow the mind to expand into higher states than what our typical belief system has us walking around thinking reality is. So it was a transformational experience by far, one that is typically reserved for the very practiced and refined yogic meditator. And I sat down and almost instantly had this experience. So I didn't have the tools or the skill set to manage it or to understand it. So I turned the next 10 years of my life into really a living laboratory to figure out how to recreate it. And the significance to our conversation here is that as I figured out how to recreate that state of consciousness for myself, accessing it on a regular basis, I started healing migraine headaches in my own system that I had been plagued with for years. And they finally just disappeared as soon as I remastered how to regain access to this higher state of consciousness. And a scoliosis that I had had in my spine also began to unwind and heal, and is completely healed today because of running different qualities of energy through my system, which is what happens when we wake up to a version of ourselves that exists beyond our belief system, beyond our sensory input, who we think we are as we are attached to the mind, and recognizing that we are so much more than the mind on an experiential level, not just a theoretical level. So putting all that together is what I've done in my new book called The Energy Codes that released just this past March. And I'm teaching people how to access that same information in a step-by-step manner so that we can all have this ability to unattach from the mind and sit down as the true essential self that has a mind and has a body and can operate in this life in a much more masterful way. Yes, when we still the mind enough, we are no longer run by a certain bandwidth of energy frequencies, and we're able to access a higher and a deeper bandwidth of energy frequencies, which is basically more expansive. So we're living in this bandwidth of energies like this, and ultimately we have to access a bigger bandwidth if we really want to understand who we are. And so yes, it is a matter of releasing attachment to the body and attachment to the mind, but that's a conversation about enlightenment, and enlightenment is essential for us to recognize who we are truly. But the thing that allows us to heal is actually embodiment. So it isn't about letting go of the body, it's about coming into the body much more than we ever have before. We've been living with one foot in and one foot out, and that's why we struggle. That's why we're in pain. That's why we only perceive a portion of what is actually true about us and about the world and about possibilities and about our ability to heal or to create the life that we're destined to be living. And so we have to use the mind differently and use the body differently than we're used to using them if we truly want to glean from them the benefits that their energy frequencies bring, because everything is energy. If we create something in the outer world and expect it to be sustainable, we have to be the vibrational match to its sustainability. Otherwise, it dissolves and disappears and slips right through our fingers, because the outer world is a reflection of our consciousness. and our body is also. So, so let me make that simple. If we can create a flow of energy through our body that is consistent and unwavering, we will project onto the movie screen a movie that is consistent and unwavering and in our favor. If we can create a reality in our inner world here based upon our ability to choose and to generate and to have faith that we can continue to intend something, even if it hasn't materialized yet, we can continue to operate in such a fashion, it will materialize. But if it's not happening in your body, it won't happen in your outer world for very long, because your outer world is a reflection of the energy that you're emanating, that you're vibrating and transmitting out into the world. So you attract like vibrations to the vibration that you are being.